Good morning. My name is LaShonda LaFord, and on today I'm going to share with you my brown bag speech. I am a firm believer in divine intervention. I feel that none of our life experiences are simply by chance. I believe that they all are pre-designed. For the fact that I'm here on this morning sharing my speech with you, that is a prime example. I have 3 items here, and these 3 items are linked to form the character that I am. I have a family portrait. I have a piece of African art.
It's a baby.
And I have a book. I'll share with you today what's important in my life and what I feel is very valuable to me. The first piece that I'm going to present, this is my first family portrait. I say first because at the time I was single, just with my children, and I use the word single very literally for the mere fact that I have a nuclear family. I was raised in a 2-parent household. My father was the head of the household, and my mother, she was the roof. We were taught in our family to always stick together, and if one brother was down, we would help that brother. If a sister was down, we were taught to help that sister. And that's the way that my family treated me and my children, and they still do to this very day. They help me in the process of caring, nurturing, and processing with my children. My mother, she taught us family is first without negotiation. And that's what I value and I hold first, is my family. This photo was taken March 2010. I have 2 children. They're 10 years apart. This is my daughter, Kiavon, and this is my son, Jerome. And I adore them. Yes, that's my son's name. The second piece that I will present on today is a piece of African art. And it's this. This is handcrafted originally in Ghana. And it's very important to me because it was a gift from my dear friend. His name is Ben Osoke, and he's from Nigeria. On one of his trips back home, he bought this especially for me. Through my collection, I've just collected because I thought that it looked nice or it was different. I never knew the significance of art, of this particular type of art, the African art. Every piece has a different meaning. Every piece was made for a particular reason. It's different tribes that make different types, different shapes. They use different symbols. This particular piece means guided by God. And I think that Ben, he bought this for me because it may be a replica of who I am. That's this lady, and she appears to be an African lady, and it looks as if she's facing to go somewhere, and she has 2 children. And I look at these children as being my daughter here and my son. And I'm religious, so I feel that I am guided by God. Actually, this is the first piece when you enter my home. That's it. Whenever you come to my house and you walk through the door, you'll see this right here on the side, okay, along with many others, many of them, and now I know the meanings. I've done my research, so this is very important to me. The mystique of Africa is important to me. I am African American, and it could be because I'm a descendant from Africa, and Africa is in my plans. I plan to take a trip there in the future. So this is my piece of art. The third piece that I have is a book. It's just a black book. Through the years, I have lost the cover, but it's just a black book, and it happens to be my favorite book. This book is titled All God's Children Need Walking Shoes. And this book is a book by Maya Angelou, and it tells of her life and it explores her trip to Africa. She actually visited Ghana. She actually visited Ghana, and she met a lot of important people while she was there. She met people like Malcolm X, and she met people like Martin Luther King. So reading is very important to me. I feel through reading we are allowed to become educated. If reading becomes habit, we're allowed to focus and comprehend more. Education is power. I have given you 3 items that are linked in the chain that form my character, and I hope from those 3 items you can gather that I like to read, family is first, and I like to collect African art. I appreciate your time and allowing me to share my brown bag speech with you. Thank you very much.